we're into October now, which is the last month of year 3 of the restoration of Lancaster NX611 at East Kirkby, Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre in the UK. So far in year 3, they have restored the bulkhead at the rear of the fuselage, the rear turret assembly which supports the gun, and the port aileron which John has restored, plus the 2 wingtips which have taken a considerable time due to the amount of new material that had to be manufactured and reassembled. Kev, who's doing the port wingtip, is waiting for the leading edge and the trailing edge to complete this. Keith is working on the starboard wingtip and he is just finishing the skins on the top surface. He will then start blind riveting the bottom skins. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to show you what's going on at East Kirkby at the moment, as all the restoration, well, 90% of the restoration work for year 3 is now complete. It is just on the wingtips. So I'm afraid again, it is just the wingtips and the progress they made in the last week.
Yeah, these are the new ones. These will be all getting replaced. And they go right round, you've seen them on the end of the aircraft, right round the end of the rib.
Yeah.
And you see they're through the rib. And then all those bottom holes that we've got in that first rib under there, they all line up onto that, and then they're
not a very big diameter, are they? Large diameter?
No, they're around, well, they're over, I think they're just over quarter.
Yeah. And what's the flat thickness there, do you think?
This here?
It's about 1/8 of an inch, a bit more. 3/16?
That's more, yeah, but 3/16, 532, about 3/16, yeah. And that, I said, that just goes, that goes flat against that surface, and that'll all come flat onto it,
And are they all the same length all the way around?
But all those are going to be the same length, yeah. They're from like the front area.
And then from this area here,
from the back, I think they change to bolts.
There, they change to bolts, These are other counter screws, other screws in this bottom edge.
No, that's what I was going to try and show you. We're going to have to do a little bit of trickery here on there, because these were up and up 3/16 for screws, but this isn't really thick enough to accept the 3/16 screws. So what we're going to do is, if you give me 2 minutes, I'll get a countersink rivet. Because these are 8 holes in this plate, in this skin. But the countersinks are far too small, for those. So what we're doing is, we made these, took the rivet heads off and use them as called inserts. You take them up, take one of them. So all it is a rivet head that's been taken off. Put that through there, a 3/16 rivet, like that. Pop it in the hole, and that way it sits on it like that. And that will be flush when it's pulled. That'll be flush. So the holes need a bit of a run through, because I'm just putting all the yellow gunk on them at the moment, so they just need a bit of a run through. But that one sits better, and that'll sit when that's pulled into that'll the
stuff, I just remember what it's called. It's called Seekonite.
Oh yes, the sheeting.
The material.
Seekonite.
They don't use Irish linen because that rots. Where Seekonite doesn't.
So they'll most likely put a filler in and Seekonite on top. Do you think?
No, they'll just Seekonite the space between it. The Seekonite's the actual
material.
Replace the Irish linen. They don't use Irish linen anymore. So all they'll do is leave the gap and just put the Seekonite over the top, just to seal the gap, to stop any water ingress. And then if they need to take it off, they just take the tape off and it's there. Or they might not put any tape on it and just put like a modern filler in the thing. I don't know what they're going to do.
Right, thank you.
Alright.
And that's just from that section there. The rest The rest of them are already, they're okay, the ones at the bottom.
Yeah.
They're on the 8th countersunk them, so they're just countersunk rivets.
Yeah.
They'll be countersunk pops.
Yeah.
So this is where for some reason they put 332s, 316s in them.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's where we're going to take them up with the inserts.
Yeah, and that will virtually do the same all the way to the top of the, where the...
Well, those are, this should be, the ones that Simone's doing should come with no holes in whatsoever, so we should be able to plot our own holes in, which is why we've done it in off the old one, and we can just transfer those holes into the new one when Simone brings it to us. Like.
Oh, good. Just arrived at East Kirkby. It's September the 29th. I leave home around about 9 o'clock. It takes me an hour to get here. I always seem to get here when they're on the break, so it gives me a chance to have a look round. I can see Keith, the starboard wingtip, has got the wooden sweep in position. I guess he's fitting that now, because most of the skins are on the other side. And we come across to Kev, which is doing the port side, and he's got the leading edge where it had the 3/16 countersunk holes. He had to put an insert in so he could use an 8th diameter rivet. So I can see he's got the inserts in place and it's all riveted up. The conduit pipe has been fitted to take the wiring to the formation lights and navigation light. When you were telling me about those 3/16 holes and only 8th holes in the skin, well, why didn't you open them all up to 3/16 the skin and then put 3/16 rivets in
because
instead?
it was because the skin what was doing them into was quite thin. Sorry, this skin here is quite thin, so we'd have been putting 3/16 holes in that. It'd have been, would have had to, you know, the rivets would have probably pulled straight through it because them 3/16 rivets are quite strong. They're like a steel rivet.
Yeah.
So if it had been pulling them through a 3/16 hole, they'd probably just pull straight through and rip the material.
Oh,
so the 8th ones are not so bad there.
I've had a look and see you've got them in. And
I
can see the inserts in there now.
Yeah, the little rivet inserts are there.
Yeah.
So it was only from like there to there.
Yeah.
But, so those were left at 8, so those were all right. But I say I'm as far as I can go at the moment.
Yeah, you're stuck, aren't you? Yeah.
We get the bits.
Yeah.
So I had Friday and Monday off, had a bit of a long weekend. That's the last of the top skins to go on.
Yeah, I was going to say the side's finished step for where the wooden sweep is, isn't it? The very top.
Yeah, so the majority of that Keith can rivet it himself, really.
Yeah, and do it down below before you fit it.
Yeah, he probably will do. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And then he'll be on to putting all these bottom skins on. You know, once he's got his pipe working, which I think he's finished.
There's some heavy rivets coming up there, isn't there? Oh, look heavy. Look at a large size rivet going up the centre where they're close together. Those, yeah.
No, they're all 8.
They're all 8, are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, everything is 8 on this. The only ones where the change are around that access panel.
Yeah.
You've seen that on there, and the 3/16.